Did you know that in Revenge of the Savage Planet, the Welcome to New Florida sign will show how many people are in your game? So here I'm in the game alone and it shows 1, but when Freddy joins, the number now shows 2. Honestly, the reason I like this so much is that it reminds me of the Nuketown sign from Black Ops 1, which is then featured in basically every Call of Duty ever since. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hidden Video Game Details, the series where we take a look at some of the coolest hidden mechanics and details found in video games. As always, if you think you know of a hidden detail or Easter egg that I haven't covered before, then let me know in the comments. And if you want to help me out more than you already do by watching these videos, then check out my Patreon using the link in the description. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with Kronos The New Dawn. Kronos The New Dawn is the latest game from Polish developer Bloober Team. That's the same people responsible for the awesome Silent Hill 2 remake. And whilst Kronos doesn't quite hit those heights, it's still pretty good. Guns feel weighty, enemies feel threatening, and cats can be stroked. Cat. Now, you might think that the scariest thing in Kronos would be the various fleshy monstrosities desperate to rip you limb from limb. And whilst that is true 99% of the time, there could be something else that you need to worry about. Early on in the game, you walk past this mannequin. Actually, you walk past a whole lot of mannequins, but it's this mannequin in particular that we're interested in. Now, you can't actually see the mannequin's face, but when you walk through the same area a little later on, this will happen. So now the mannequin has turned around and is facing you. Now it's worth mentioning that at this point in the game, I haven't seen a single human, so I'm pretty certain that no one has come down here and moved it as some sort of badly timed YouTube prank. I'm joking! So yeah, worry about the various mutants looking to slap you 6 ways from Sunday, but also worry about the mannequins that seem to have a mind of their own. Now in the last episode of this series, we covered loads of cool details from the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, including Frank getting roasted for his looks whilst wearing the most badass robot costume imaginable.
Can't really blame her for running from a guy with your looks.
Well, today's Deluxe Remaster detail is one that you could easily miss, simply because Dead Rising is a swing first, ask questions later kind of game. During Frank's time at the mall, he will encounter a family of snipers. Great, you might think. Finally someone that can cover my back. Well, unfortunately, this family of sharpshooters aren't interested if you're human or not. They just want to shoot anything that moves. And unfortunately for you, that includes photojournalists that have covered wars.
I've covered wars, you know.
He said it! He said it! Here's the thing, not all of the family has completely lost the plot. And in fact, one of them seems to realise that just because it's a zombie apocalypse, that doesn't mean your moral code goes out of the window. When battling the family, you'll notice that the dad Roger and his oldest son Jack are more than happy to have you in their sights. However, the youngest son doesn't seem as keen. So no matter how close we get to Thomas, he won't shoot. In fact, he seemed to do everything in his power to avoid Frank. Well, if you kill Jack and Roger, but leave Thomas alone, this will happen.
I'm just like Daddy and Jack like to hunt for sport. But when all this happened, they became so excited. They said they'd been waiting for a day like this.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Guess I deserve this. We shot at you first after all.
I could take you somewhere safe if you want.
I'm staying here with my brother and Daddy.
I see. Hang in there, kid.
It's okay, Daddy. Jack, I'm right here with you.
So despite watching his brother and dad both be killed by Frank, Thomas still can't believe that they would both willingly shoot humans. Frank even offers to take him back to the security room, but Thomas refuses as he wants to stay with his family. I mean, this is actually pretty sad, and as far as I'm aware, you never actually find out what happens to Thomas after you make him an orphan. But if I'm wrong, then please let me know. Now I've got a confession to make. Up until last week, I had never played Hollow Knight, but with the release of Silksong, I thought that I should find out what all the fuss is about. Now so far, I haven't really done much, well apart from rescuing Bretta, who I think has a crush on the Knight. How do I know that? Well, when you walk past her, she does this.
Oh!
So Bretta lets out a not-so-subtle squeal when the knight walks past, which is pretty funny. Well, if the knight takes a seat next to Bretta, this will happen. So given that Bretta obviously has feelings for the knight, when he sits next to her, she will blush, with her cheeks turning pink, which even for a bug, is pretty cute. I mean, I'm guessing that I'm nowhere near the end of the game, but fingers crossed, these two live happily ever after. Now, I've played a lot of Crime Scene Cleaner, but there is one item that I'd never used until now, and that item is the Ozonator. This gadget is supposed to weaken bloodstains in the area, therefore making them easier for you to mop up, which does sound useful. I mean, usually I just chuck a load of cleaning fluids in my bucket and crack on, but that's just me. Now, when you place the Ozonator down, it will keep you updated on its progress. You can even choose what voice you want the Ozonator to use.
Well.
Senpai.
Hey there.
Well, it seems that the AI inside of the Ozonator is more powerful than I thought, as if you chuck the machine in the water, or in my case a giant pool of bloody water, this will happen.
Not the smartest way to check if I'm waterproof, but I respect your courage. My specialty is purifying the air, not the water. Hello, how are you? I'm under the water. Please help me.
So somehow the machine will know it's submerged in water and actually asks for help. I know I shouldn't feel guilty because it's just a machine, but I had to get the little guy out seeing as he asked so nicely. Fingers crossed that when the AI takeover happens, it remembers this moment. Now, Grand Theft Auto 4 has so many cool details tucked away. I mean, who could forget the time that instead of making the sound, the GPS just straight up said, bing bong.
Turn left. Bing bong.
Well, this first detail isn't tucked away. In fact, it's pretty much the opposite. So this interesting sculpture is definitely eye-catching, but does it look like something else to you? I'm not going to say exactly what that thing is, after all the overlords at YouTube are always watching, but I will say that I'm not sure when this sculpture was erected, and as far as sculptures go, it's pretty hard to beat. Boner. Anyway, moving swiftly on, this next GTA 4 detail is more on the serious side. The whole point of GTA 4 is finding the man responsible for the death of 12 of Nico's friends. When you finally get your hands on the man responsible, you're given a choice, either kill him or let him go. Well, if you choose to kill him, this will happen.
I'm lost! Thank you. You piece of shit! That was for everyone! That was for me!
So after brutally killing Darko, Nico will say that was for everyone. And he wasn't kidding. Nico shot Darko 12 times. That's one shot for each of Nico's military unit that was betrayed by Darko. Like I said, it's brutal, but it's such a cool detail. So that's it. If you know of any cool things in games that you think I should check out, then please leave them down in the comments. Big or small, obvious or not obvious, if I think it's cool, I'll include it in a video and of course credit you like these people here. Remember, we are trying to reach 1 million subscribers, hopefully this year, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and helping me out. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.